Hi, and welcome back to a solo episode with me, your host Savita. And today I decided to try something a little different on the solo podcast, which has not been tried before. And I hope you like it. For a while now, I have been receiving questions from you, the listeners, and the audience via my social media, via emails, and through, of course, our newsletters. And what I decided was there are a lot of answers that I share one on one. So why not make an episode out of it? And today I'm going to be answering three such questions that I get pretty often. So I thought I'll go ahead and share that with you. It's a different format and I hope you like the style. And if you do, we'll do more of these, maybe once a month, not all the time. With that, let's get started with the first question that I'm going to be answering here. Question that I've received is it lonely working from home? The answer to that question is yes and no. It depends on the nature of work, of course. The days that I need to get tasks done or the days that I'm coaching, I like working from home. I like my home office. I like no interruptions, so I can just focus on the call. But there are days when it does get lonely, it just gets kind of boring, and I would like a little bit of stimulation so it can it helps me tap into my creativity. And I am a people person. I'm not I'm not very introverted. I am a people's person. I like having people around me. So what I've done is there are specific days when I'm doing solo work, which is coaching or recording a podcast like this. I could move this podcast out as well into a studio, of course. But there are specific days when I'm doing specific tasks. So that helps me manage my week and plan my week well. And now, what I would like to do is to capture a little bit of that Friday feel that you have in the office where you step out for lunch with colleagues, you meet people, you network. I used to do this pre pandemic where I would be networking. And now I want to bring that back. So, once a week on a Friday, I want to work from a co working space or a cafe, make plans to meet people over lunch, do a working lunch, and network. So, I think, yes. To kind of manage and keep good balance, a healthy balance. 4 days a week at home and Fridays where I'm going to be working outside from a co-working space. So I have that sense of community, sense of, other workers. So feel like I have some co-workers besides my dog, who's my daily co-worker in my office. The second question that I have is, do you network consciously? Yes, the answer is yes. Consciously and intentionally make the effort to network with peers in the industry, with senior leaders in the industry and outside my industry. I'm very interested in people. I'm very interested in how things work. So I make it a point to put myself out there, connect with people online, offline, make plans to catch up over coffee if I'm visiting their city or in my own city. So yes, it's something that I do, and it's not just because I know it's important for my business, but it's something that I genuinely enjoy. One of the things I've also done is not just doing it me alone, going out there, connecting online on LinkedIn, and connecting with people and asking them to meet me for coffee, but also I'm part of a couple of groups where I get the opportunity to network. One such group is Her Entrepreneurial Network, or known as HEN India, and it's for female entrepreneurs. I'm part of this group and I'm trying to get pretty active in there to help build my network. Similarly, there's another group everyone would have probably heard of, both HEN India and also Leap, which is through their app. I'm planning to go to some of their in-person events to see, if I can build on that in-person networking. And the third group is Ladies Who Lead. They really have some very interesting events to where you get access to meet senior leaders, but also other business entrepreneurs. And there are also some social events that I enjoy. So yes, through these three groups, I kind of do that networking, but on my own also, I take a lot of effort to network. And if there's any other opportunity, whether it is through, VHX or international groups, or when I'm traveling, I know someone, I tell them, listen, I'm in town and I'd like to catch up over lunch or coffee. I try to schedule an evening to meet with people in person and connect. So yes, I do network consciously. The third question I have is, how do you upgrade yourself? I'm assuming, of course, how do I upgrade means my skills. I think in the coaching space as a coach, it's something that I have to do consciously and constantly and consistently. I have to stay ahead of the curve. I have to stay in the game. I have to know my stuff. And every day things are changing. Every day there's new information. And because I work with entrepreneurs, I need to know a lot of things, right from trends, data, to what's happening on the ground, what's the startup scene like, what's the investment scene like, what are some new tools, what's happening in marketing. So these are things that I consciously have to know for the niche that I'm in, which is business. And of course, working in executive coaching with senior leaders, I need to know this stuff as well. Having said that, I also, because of my network, I get to chat with people and kind of understand what's happening within organizations, what's the mood on the ground, so to say, which then helps me with my leadership coaching as well. And of course, in terms of my own learning and skill sets, as a coach, there are certain levels in your certification that you can continue to add. One is that. And I also do other external programs and courses. It could be right from design thinking to something else that I'm figuring out, maybe NLP, maybe a different course or program that I need even in marketing to help constantly upgrade my skills. I add on maybe a couple of certificates, and I try to do that consciously, consistently every year, because it's really important if you want to stay at the top of your game, and you've got to kind of invest in learning. Besides all of this, I also make sure that I'm reading. I have a running reading list. I'm constantly reading, not as much as I would like to. I won't say that I'm perfect. I fall off the boat a lot. Things get busy, but when I get a chance, I'm constantly reading. For me, reading is a habit. I can't sleep if I don't read, but sometimes social media can replace reading. So I'm trying to make sure that I spend at least 30 minutes a day reading up, and I'm reading business books. I'm reading books from the industry. I'm reading about different concepts and about different leaders. Yeah, all of this helps me stay up to date with the knowledge base that I need to excel in my industry. So those are the 3 questions I had to answer today for you. If you like this format, let me know, and I'll come back with some more questions that I'm going to be answering on this podcast for you. Thank you so much for listening, and you know what to do. Leave me a rating and a review on Apple. Leave me a follow on Spotify. Let people know. If you know anyone who would benefit from this podcast, please do let them know. And I will be eternally grateful to you for that. Thank you.